I don't know if I should preach this morning because I don't want to bring you down. I don't want you to get depressed. But I'm depressed this morning. I have a situation in my life that is just bringing me down. And I'm struggling. And it's sapping the joy out of my life, creating such misery and fear and sadness. Hi, maybe I should have started this way. Hi, my name is Bill, and I'm depressed. And you would all respond in the recovery movement of life, saying, hi, Bill. I'm not the only one. I've struggled with depression and sadness all my life, and I'm at a much better place in my life these days. But sometimes there's a wave of sadness that just comes, and it brings me under. And then sometimes in our lives as Christians, we get all that Christian guilt. And even on a Sunday morning like this, we go to church and we're dying inside, but we put on that happy face because we don't want to bring others down. We don't want to take their time. We don't want to be a drain. And then we have that Christian guilt of we have everything in Christ. So why are we not completely joyful? And John chapter 15, that my joy may be in you and your joy complete. But we don't experience that. Fear. I've heard this acrostic for fear. It says this: false evidence appearing real. And I know that's what it is. Been a Christian all my life, been a youth pastor, been a senior pastor, trained as a psychotherapist, started up a private practice at one point in a spiritual care and counseling program for the last several years that hones my skill at spiritual care and counseling. So it should be different, right? I should know it. Something should be changed, and it is. But I have my moments, and this is one of them. They're getting less, but when they come, man, what do you do? And I know I'm making it all up in my mind. I know I'm creating my own sadness, my own misery, my own despair by my thoughts. I know cognitive behavioral therapy. I do it with others. I know rational emotive therapy. I do it with others. So when you're sad and depressed, what's needed? Good psychotherapy can help. Talking with somebody does wonders. To have somebody who will listen is profound. But I think there's a deeper spiritual answer. And for me, it comes out of my tradition, and I use it out of my tradition to give language to it today. It's a psalm of lament. And it's Anne Lamott who said there's three of the most simple and profound one-word prayers that we can pray. In one word, here they are, 3 words: wow, thanks, and help. Don't have time to get into the wow and thanks today. It's the help. And when I got out of bed this morning, weeping in sadness, misery, despair, and depression, man, I have to laugh at this, at how much I create for myself. A psalm came to my mind. It's Psalm 40. And I wrote a song on it years ago, and it came back to my mind today. It says this, in my own words, my own paraphrase: I waited with patience for the Lord. He came and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the pit of despair, out of the muck and the mire. He set my feet on a rock, making my steps secure. He put a new song in my mouth, a song of praise to God. Stand before the Lord in awe. and put your trust in God. So I say to myself this morning and to you that in order for it to be altered, we have to put it on the altar. And many of you, myself included this morning, aren't out of the pit of misery and despair. We are stuck in the muck and the mire. So what do? Lament, cry out, and trust. And do it with intention and awareness that we are held, supported, surrounded, upheld by love itself. In that love, cry out and trust, lament. God, I can't change it. I can't get out of my funk. But in intention and awareness of wanting it to be different, to have a different perception, all those words combined into one word: help. Help. And trust. And know that you are loved. Is that enough? I don't know. But for right now, that's all I've got. And it will shift. But I ask with willingness. And I ask with desperation. And I ask trusting for a miracle. Even in this pit. May it begin to shift. I will cry out and I will trust and I will find the deeper answer in love and relationship with God, who will see me through and set my feet on a rock. So at the least, may you take something helpful from this and know that there's at least one pastor out there who's with you on the journey and willing to listen and to talk if the need should arise for you. I'm learning as I go, and I will put my hope in the Lord today. I waited with patience for the Lord. He came. He heard my cry. And right there is solace for my soul as I trust. And in this journey, and even struggle, we're living all the days of our lives as we give it all to God. Until next time.